Hey, amazing beings. Hello. How are you today? Well, it's Free and Clear Fridays with me, Dr. Sarah, and it is Saturday. So how does it get any better than that? Well, it's one of those times where yesterday, Friday, was jam-packed for me. So here I am, Saturday with you. Hi, everyone. Welcome. And I'm so grateful you're here because, wow, now more than ever, we really require coming together and getting clear of anything that's not serving us. You know, the new year, it's a new you, it's a new space to be, it's a new place with you and I to get clear of anything that's not serving you. So that's really the aim here on the show with the Dr. Sarah on Free and Clear Fridays. So let's get started. How are you today? How's your week been? Light, heavy? What's the read? Well, I'm aware that it's so fascinating that this time of year really, especially now, time, it really is relevant because you never know how things are going to show up or when they're going to show up. And if we're really in a space of just being open to the possibilities, then it allows us to really receive on a whole nother level. And what I want to talk to you guys about today is something, really it's been the theme of the week for me and how I've been showing up and just being with and showing up to you on social media with, and that's basically being in the question and the curiosity of what you have created in 2021. And to acknowledge that for yourself. So this acknowledgement piece is so huge. We're meant to really look at that as something that is part of the creative process. So if you're not acknowledging what you're creating now, you're likely to keep recreating it until you actually acknowledge it. It's the weirdest thing. So if you could acknowledge something that you created in, let's just because it's the new year, reflect on 2021. What is something that you created? Was it something light? Was it something heavy? What can you acknowledge about that? Okay, so it's okay if it was something heavy, because then we can get clear on, okay, what did I receive from that heavy thing that now I can create differently with? So anything that won't allow you to be open to receiving what you did receive from something heavy in 2021, let's destroy and uncreate all of that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, that is that wonderful clearing statement that I use every time on this show. It comes from Access Consciousness. It's an amazing, amazing clearing tool. And you can find that on my website. I'm going to give you the link to it in the comments on IGTV, because this is where this will land in the future. In fact, right after this show, that will be there. So you can find that link there. You can also find it in my bio, which is on my Instagram, profile page. It's in the link tree. Anyway, I digress. So basically what this clearing does, it allows us to create a space from which more can come in. The heavy can leave, and then we can get clear on what it is that we would like instead, or maybe just freed up from whatever's been limiting. So everything this brings up, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So let's go back to that piece of acknowledgement and 2021. And is that heavy thing that you're acknowledging now, what do you know about it now that you didn't know before? What gift does it have in store for you? Anything that won't allow you to get clear on that, let's clear that. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys, beyonds. What are you noticing around that? Is it a little lighter, a little more clear? You may get something later. Sometimes when we clear things like this, it allows us to receive things at a later point. I know it happens for me all the time. until, especially when we're in the heat of something or something very heavy, it's sometimes challenging to receive really what we're meant to receive from it, or just even if you use these clearing tools, you clear it and you may not get any clarity on it yet, but it can show up later. So just be open to that possibility too. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. Just enjoy being here and receive. Doesn't matter. You'll receive something. If nothing else, me laughing and carrying on. But anyway, so now let's go over 2021 and reflect on something that you created that was light for you. Was it something related to your business or your work or a relationship or a creationship? What's something light that you created in 2021? Let's acknowledge that now. And anything that won't allow you to get clear on what that was, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Hi, welcome, here, now, and in the future. I always like to acknowledge that. And there is a question in the feed here that says, where am I from? I am from Michigan, from the United States, because I know there are some international beings on this live as well. But yes, I'm from the States. Anyway, I'm from Michigan. Now, let's acknowledge that light thing that you created in 2021. What gift did you receive from that? Wow. And what can you bring with you from that into the now? Anything that will allow you to receive that. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I know sometimes, and this is something that can come through that is heavy at the time, but then if that heavy thing didn't happen the way it did, it wouldn't have opened up another possibility and for something else to come in. And I'm looking back over the year and seeing how much of that really happened. It was a crazy year, very crazy year. Hi, from India. There, thanks. Yes. So what is something now that you can acknowledge that created something greater because of that heavy thing? Maybe it hasn't showed up yet. We never know when it's going to drop in. We never know when that's going to happen. So whatever you received that was heavy, that now you can acknowledge you received something light from it, let's destroy and uncreate anything that won't allow that. Right and wrong, good and bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Whew, wow. And what if there are no mistakes? Even if something didn't go nearly or at all the way you expected, what if that's okay? What if everything does contribute to something greater, to something more than we even know? And we're meant to acknowledge that. So since today, the theme of acknowledgement, let's acknowledge what was not going the way you desired. Maybe it's something in the world, like even this whole COVID thing. I sense we're all ready to be done with it. And it's still around. So if we acknowledge, that and clear anything that's heavy, right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys, beyonds, and what's right about it, we're not getting. Everything that is right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys, and beyonds. Now, and what's great about these lives, it's so funny because I'm not used to always reading comments and then responding live. So if you notice a pause for me and it's just like, whoo, all this overstimulation. So I'm grateful for all of your comments. And if I'm not speaking to each one of them, it's just in part because the flow of the show really requires us to follow the energy. And that's what I'm doing a lot of the time. So just kind of going with where we require going in this moment, for all of you that are joining here now, and also in the future. So if you notice me kind of being in that transition of talking from one space to the other, you can understand where that's coming from. So anything and everything that's heavy about that, let's destroy and create all. I love clearing as we go. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, POC, all nine shorts, boys, beyonds. Now, last week, I shared with you a video on what it is that you would like to actualize in 2022. And one thing I suggested in the video that I shared with you during the week was the idea of creating a possibilities list. And that's a great thing. You can do that if you haven't done that. And really what that is writing down anything and everything that brings you joy. Or maybe it's something that you would like to bring into the world that you have yet to create. It really can be a list that has different energies to it. It could be something of hobbies. It could be something career related. It could be, things related to money. Anything can go on that list. It's a possibilities list. And so anything that brings you joy. And you can ask, each item on that list, is it time to create you? Or have you been created? Or be in the question with whatever is on that list of, do you desire to actualize it now? So that's the way you can kind of go about that. But when we kind of combine these two areas of what you're looking to actualize, along with acknowledging what you have actualized already, it really allows for more to show up. And in both these cases too, the key thing or the element maybe that's a nice combination of the two, or to use in both cases, is gratitude. So being grateful for the things that you desire to create and actualize, as well as grateful for the things that you have already created and actualized. So anything that will allow you to be in the gratitude of you and everything you've created. Let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I have to say, I am so grateful for the things that I really didn't know I could create, and or the things that are the opposite of what they appear to be a lot of times. And those are the ones that can really bring in this new energy of a new track or a new creation or a new space. Because it's like something that we least expect sometimes can have the most impact. So everywhere you've been surprised by something, or something didn't go the way you expected again, and or something showed up even greater than you could even imagine, let's destroy and uncreate anything that won't allow for more of that in terms of going beyond expectation of what you could create, and then all of a sudden it shows up. So anything that won't allow that to continue to show up that way, let's destroy it and create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So the other thing, now that I'm saying this, that may be showing up is, have you been distracted by other people's points of view, or maybe what they're looking to create? Do you find yourself going into someone else's world and being there without kind of checking in with your own to see if this applies for you, or if you desire something that's similar or different? So anything that's distracting you from what it is you desire based on someone else's point of view, someone else's creations, that's not allowing you to create it, let's destroy and uncreate all that now, please. That was a doozy. Right or wrong, good or bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Well, we know that other clearing tool, the who or what does this belong to, return to sender with consciousness. I've shared that one with you before. And that one is just great for anytime we're picking up other people's energy, other situations, earth energy. Sometimes it's great with that one. Sorry, there's something in my eye. So return to sender, whoever that belongs to. See how I did that? Yeah. I love doing that. Anyway, return to center with consciousness, anything that won't allow you to have your own space to create what it is you like. Everything that is, right, wrong, good, bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And you know what else, when it comes to acknowledgement, what if you acknowledge the beings in your life that actually contributed to your 2021? And how about acknowledging all the ones that didn't contribute to your creations in 2021? Or how many of the ones that you no longer have in your world that have contributed to your 2021 that are so meant to be acknowledged as well, even though that may be in a different space. So anything that won't allow that, let's just try and create it all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pon poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. It's so amazing when we start clearing our space where there's more room just to breathe. Even as I said that, I'm like taking a deep breath and just noticing. And for many of us around the holiday times, the way the humans tend to do it, you've heard me speak of humanoids, but the way the humans tend to do it, the majority of people in this reality, they tend to want to slow down, back off, shut down. Whereas those of us who are creative beings, a lot of times this is a time that we require turning it up. We tend to require turning it up when the world wants to turn it down. So everywhere you've been dimming your light, turning it down, sitting back and waiting for something to happen, when you're ready to take action and create, let's destroy and uncreate anything that won't allow that. Right and wrong, good and bad, pun, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I know for me, I've been turning it up, and when I don't, I notice, and then I aim to turn it up. But turning it up also could mean relaxing into whatever you're looking to create. Even relaxing into relaxation by turning up the energy and creating something different within that space. So it's curious of what that is. To me, when I am mentioning turning it up, it's also just keeping things moving so we don't get stagnant. So we don't get lethargic and stuck into other people's unconscious energy, which can be such a drag. In the world right now, it's a bit of a drag with the COVID, with the insanity of what's coming in around here. Although we did a good job at the beginning of the year clearing some darker energies out, there's always room to keep clearing on the energies that may be interfering with our planet, interfering with those beings like us who are looking to create greater, right? So anything that's been blocking you from being in that creation, blocking you from turning it up, creating what it is that you would like now, and really looking at being the difference this world requires. So anything and everything that's been holding you back from being that, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good and bad, pon, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And before we finish up, because the time flies around here when we do Free and Clear Fridays with me and you, and yay, is this idea of New Year's resolutions. For me, it's more about New Year's possibilities. That's the possibilities list that you can refer to, but also this idea of actualizing things into form. So by acknowledging what you have already created, then you can get clear on what would I like to create now? And that's what the possibilities list can help with. And it's not about having a goal to reach it. It's really about aiming for it. You can demand things of yourself. I'm going to do this one thing every day in order to create what I'm looking to create. And you fill in the blank. And we can request things from the universe. However, it's really about being in the question every day with your creations. What would I like to create today? Or tap into that one thing that you are creating and ask what you can do to contribute to it. We always want to be in the question of what we're being and creating. Otherwise we may start down a path and be so driven to do it, but we're not checking in with it along the way. And it may go a direction you don't care for it to go if it's not the timing of it, or if it's not the right space for it, or you could be overlooking something if you're not really kind of checking in a conscious way and being in the question. It's just an awareness around that. So be in the question of what you're creating. Be in the space every day. And if you need to change it up, you can along the way. Or let's say, hey, I started this one thing and it's not working for me. Okay, bye-bye, I'm done with that. Now what am I going to choose? Because what if that one thing that you choose not to continue to engage in actually opens up something else to be created that wouldn't have been possible if that one thing that wasn't working didn't come in that way? So if that sounds really confusing and head spinning, it's meant to. So everything that brings up, let's destroy it and create it all. Right, wrong, good or bad, pon, poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Okay, amazing beings. This is a conversation we're definitely going to pick up on. And I sense next week may be a good time to pick up on it again. And stay tuned for a new video that I'll be putting out. I put one out each week that kind of has a trend or a theme to it. And it kind of runs through what I aim to be during the week. So feel free to check that out. I actually have a newsletter if you haven't signed up for it. It's a free newsletter that provides you that information of the new video. Also, another thing, if you would like to join me live, I have a Zoom happening on Sunday. I am facilitating a class called The Foundation. And this Zoom is going to be a taste of foundation. So you get to know a little bit about what this class is. I'm going to be facilitating this foundation the third week in January. It's going to be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I believe it's the 21st of January, that Friday, and it ends on the Monday. So it's a 4-day class. It does have a prereq, which is for you to have to have attended a bars class. So if this interests you, check out everything in my bio. You can read about it, hear about it. But if you want, you're welcome to jump on this Zoom. It's free no matter what, where we will be talking a little bit about the foundation. And if you have any questions, you'll be able to ask them directly to me. I would love for you to join us then. All right, so I will leave you the link for the newsletter in IGTV comments, and you can check it out there, and everything else I'm doing on the Linktree. That's always confused me. Even when I go to write out Linktree, I always tend to write LinkedIn. How's it getting any better than that? Well, anyway, I am setting this, it's not even intention, an awareness for you to have an amazing week, okay? To clear anything that's heavy for you. You know I have your back, okay? Always. And anything that won't allow you to just show up and be and have an ease of a week, let's destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, pop, all night, shorts, boys, and beyonds. All right, amazing beings. I will see you next week. It will be on Friday, I'm sure this time, where you and I will change and clear anything that will allow you to move from problems to possibilities. Okay, have an amazing week, and I will see you then. Take care for now.